Hi Gemini, welcome to your harsh truth reading for mid to end teen. Everything about this reading, everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below. Some more. Okay. Jeez Louise. Numbers here. 3 of Wands. Waiting, patience. 4 of Cups. So probably some of you might have taken a time out or just letting things be and taking time to think. Maybe you're having to wait or have some patience and maybe even not too happy about that, or you're just like, I need a reprieve, I need to take some time away to think. I hear that. 9 of Wands. Wow. All right, so much like this picture right here, it's like, you know what? I'm battle weary and I'm wounded, but I will die on this hill, and I'm still gonna fight. I'm still loaded for bear, and I'm gonna give it everything I got because I really feel strongly about this issue. This is somebody that's very defensive, that has put up barriers. Okay, so this is the overall energy. So let's see what that's about. The High Priestess, 3 of Cups, 5 of Coins, 5 of Wands. Okay, so 2 5s. 2 of Wands, and the 3 of Swords. So 2 5s and 2, oh my goodness, 2 2s, 2 5s, 2 3s. Okay, let me see. I got full house kind of. All right, Accord, Calm, and Insomnia. So basically, kind of what it said earlier, it's like, okay, there's been a truce or an agreement, which makes me think of also a breakup. Like, okay, because if one person stays gone or both people stay gone, then it's accord. It's an agreement of some sort. Might not want it, might not be happy about it, but it's an agreement. So we got calm, accord, and insomnia. So basically, taking time out and something's really on your mind. That doesn't happen very often, right? The synchronicity. All right, so what you want to be true is basically you two are separated, or there has been a separation of some sort. 2 things that is purposeful so that you can follow your intuition, you can listen to that inner voice and think about what to do. Or it could be that you're hoping that even though you might be apart or separated, thinking about your choices and thinking about things, there's still that that psychic and spiritual connection between the two of you, that this goes beyond the physical or the 3D realm, the connection. So even if there is a separation, you're still hoping that this is intact, this psychic connection. Perhaps for others of you, it could be hoping that intuition will guide you to a better decision or place with this situation. And you're not wanting it to be a third-party situation, or that somebody's just out there having a blast while you're over here. This could be just a situation in general, but somebody just ready, like celebrating the departure or celebrating where they're at without you. Could be also a third-party situation because we have 2 3s here, and this is heartache, this is heartbreak, loss, sadness. Okay, so clarify that 3 of Cups. Getting a bit of water here, pardon me. Okay, so yeah, this is, you don't want somebody to basically, either they're going to someone else and they're feeling like it's the right thing to do and they're very proud of that decision, or they're feeling like it was the right thing to do to go to somebody else or to go out and celebrate because maybe what they had was just too much. It was too much work. It was simply just too much to bear. It was very stressful. It was a burden. So the right thing to do would be to break up, I guess, because you're not wanting this someone to be celebrating. Or it could be that, I'm getting all flustered here. It could be that they see you don't want this. So basically, this is happy, celebratory. So they're thinking because it was so much work, this is the right thing to do, and they're really happy about it. They feel very strongly about it. Or they're feeling like the right thing to do because this relationship is so much work is to go out with somebody else, or they feel more suited with somebody else. You don't want that. Could be doing the happy dance because they're no longer, involved, and it just got to be too much, and they feel like, okay, that's, this is fair. This will balance me back out. What is true is that somebody is feeling very disconnected spiritually, maybe even financially, or just security-wise, emotionally. feeling cast out, hitting rock bottom, yeah, because of this soulmate relationship ending or this partnership ending. So if you didn't want them to be happy without you, you got your wish. They're not doing very well. They're pretty broken up over this. What's this High Priestess here? Let's clarify that. Okay, so with this, it could have been marriage. I mean, we've got, you know, the marriage card, and then we've got the soulmate card, or the engagement, the couple partner card. So this could have been marriage. This could also be, this is one of the restrictive cards in the major arcana. So this is about things that stay the course of time, like agreements and contracts and the solid things of society, like, you know, marriage and institutions and the social norms that we adhere to and the customs, things like that. So traditions, the way things have always been done, that sort of thing. So I think that you're still wanting that connection to this marriage to be intact. You don't want them to be happy without you or feel like it's the right thing to do to separate because it was just a lot of work. And well, they're not doing very well. They're pretty, they feel disconnected, and well, I shouldn't say they're not doing very well. There's a disconnect from this relationship. So what else? Okay, so there's a, I say, oh, they're not doing very well because look at this picture. She's like, give me something. But that could just be speaking to the disconnect from the relationship that has taken place. And then we've got this 8 here. This is someone flying solo and either working on themselves or working on things. So here's the thing. Either involving themselves in work or working on themselves. Now, you're hoping that the relationship is still intact, or at least the marriage and the connection is still intact. You don't want them to be happy and out there having fun and, you know, whatever, just because it was too much work or it was too hard. The thing is that this is them working, either throwing themselves into work or working on themselves. This would suggest they're working because now they're out of sorts financially, or they've got nothing better to do but work because, you know, just to help get them through, take this off their mind, that sort of thing. But they're definitely feeling a disconnect because of or from a soulmate partnership. And this could be them going to therapy and working on themselves. They're at an 8. This is a 9. This situation is like really stressful and critical right now. This could be them. So you've parted, you've separated. This could be them going to counseling to work on themselves, or this could be you, somebody in the relationship, going to counseling to work on themselves. 10 is when you have the final culmination, the final product. So this is also about them, you know, maybe it's them going solo and just, what was I going to say? I was going to say absorbing themselves, just submerging, that's what it was, immersing themselves in work. But it could also be them working on themselves and doing counseling while you're separated. They're not out there partying and yucking it up like you think they are. This is somebody that is feeling the loss, is feeling the disconnect, and is probably either, like I said, immersing themselves in work or going to therapy. Okay, so what you want to happen is you want this fight. You want passionate communication. You want conflict resolution. You want to get clear of the air. You want to have it out. You want to have your say. You don't want indecision, delay, and just things left in the open. And you're probably thinking, I don't want to make any future plans just yet because we need to have this fight. I don't want things to just fall flat and, you know, basically just have to make a decision. I'd rather have say, I'd rather fight, I'd rather have things out. What will happen is this, we've got this 3 of Swords here with heartache, loss, grief, despair. Kind of knew it was coming though, painful separation, because right before this was a 2 of Swords, and that was indecision, being blind to what's going on, having to make a decision and not, blocked emotions. So here comes a 3 of Swords after that. So this is something that was kind of an option, or you kind of knew about. It's not like the 10 of Swords where it just blindsides you. Let's see what this 3 of Swords is about. Here we have the High Priestess again, and we've got the Empress. So Taurus and Taurus right here. 2 Tauruses. Okay, so this is about being brokenhearted over, basically you think that your intuition is telling you that a separation or this loss is the right thing to do, or you're feeling like even though you don't want it, it's what your intuition is telling you what to do. And it could be that it's with the Taurus that you have to separate from. It could be because with this person, you're not going to be able to thrive. You're not going to be able to do all that you want to do to embrace like a positive future for yourself. That can't happen if you're still connected to this person. Or it could be that your intuition is telling you to separate, and fly solo from a Taurus. It could be that someone's a Taurus. It could be an Aries too, because Emperor, Empress. But basically, this is about you flying solo and creating and going on your own, because of you're hoping that the marriage, the relationship, the committed connection is still intact here. That the mind link or the spiritual link survives, and yet this is saying that your intuition is the very thing that is telling you to do the separation, to make the separation and go off on your own and start on your own future, create what you want. An abundant creative cycle. This is also about, well, it doesn't apply here anyway. All right, shutting up. Okay. All right, so I'm sorry about that. That's not pleasant, Gemini. Looks like it's painful. And it could be reversed. I'm reading your partner instead of you. It could be the reversal of energies. And this is fluid, gender-wise, man or woman. But it just, somebody in the relationship is feeling like it's the right thing to do to leave. So while they might not be out there partying, maybe this person's like, okay, yeah, I'm not going to go out partying. I'm feeling the loss. I need to work on myself. Maybe this is them saying, I think you're the ideal partner. I think I can do this with you, but not right now. Intuition right now is saying that we need a break, that I need to break this off. All right. Assistance, help, support. This could be somebody in need of help from others. So somebody is going to be stepping in to aid and support, especially with this 5 of coins here. It could be financial. It could be somebody stepping in to give someone a roof over their head or give them some money now that there's this separation. Maybe we've got a couple of pentacle cards here. Maybe that was on the table or an issue, like we're together, but we're only doing so for the material aspect of it because neither one of us can afford to live separately, things like that. But it looks like either emotional, physical, quite possibly financial support is coming. Start delegating. Ask others, including me, it says, including me, to help you instead of trying to do everything yourself. All right. Well, I have heard it said that air signs have an issue with control. I would say human beings have an issue with control. Honest to God, I don't think any sign escapes that. So, if this could be somebody that just all that mental energy, you got to just, I'll do everything. I've got all this energy. I can do everything. But then you end up getting overwhelmed. And that might have been the demise of the relationship. There might have been control issues or just, anxiety, mental health issues, that sort of thing. Could be not. But if this resonates, great. Start delegating, asking for help instead of just doing everything on your own. That may not resonate. Fine. Might have been an issue in the relationship, though, if we have this 9 of Wands here. Like, I'm about done. I can't take much more. I can't bear much more. Gaia. Wisdom, knowledge, and spiritual understanding. So, the High Priestess has come up twice here as far as being it's a deciding factor, so to speak, or a prominent part of this reading. And this would suggest that, we've got the 5s here, too. So this is the third 5. Should see what that is. As far as relying on your intuition to help with this. And I feel like there's more time. Well, what was that? The insomnia, calm, and accord. So it's like this is a painful separation that you both think is the right thing to do. We've got the intuition here, and then we've got this again, the intuition. But it is painful, and the understanding will come, the wisdom, the knowledge will come. But it leaves it wide. Some of you might be like, nope, this was right. It's, fine. It had to be done. But this just might be a break, not a breakup. It looks like a painful separation, but it doesn't look like a break up. I can't tell either way. So that is dependent upon you and your situation. 3 5s is determination. So maybe I just stepped in it because this could be like, okay, I'm determined to see myself through. Even if I do need help from others to get started, I'm going to, like, this is like asking for help. And this is like, okay, this is what I need from you. This is what I need from you. This is what I need from you. And you're just going to kind of, try through the cry or get through it as best you can. And then that's when the understanding and the knowledge and the wisdom comes in hindsight, unfortunately. Because right now it's pretty painful. But intuition is probably telling you, it's pretty strong, saying, you know what, it's time. It's done. All right, Gemini. I hope this was helpful. And I hope to see you in the next reading. Take care.